Well, hello YouTube, and this is my latest trash find. Or I should say, more of a trash save. Um, this is a Brother MFC 9320CW. MFC is multifunction. What is it? Multifunction copier, I think. Anyway, I have an old MFC model upstairs that is my primary fax machine, as it doesn't really work that well. The drum unit is shot in it, and it just basically, well, I'll do a video on that at some time. But anyway, this is a laser-based copier, scanner, fax machine, and printer, and this is actually a color laser printer. So this will be awesome if I can get this thing working. The problem with it, I don't know if it worked to begin with. It was at where I work. They were cleaning out the storage area and decided to pitch this. Well, it was dropped about 8 feet from the storage area onto the concrete floor. There's no actual physical damage to the case, but this top half of the unit, which houses the control panel and the scanner assembly, flew off of it, because if you look in the back here, the hinges have these little clips and it kind of just snaps on there. But this unit flew off and it was flapping on the back, and this cover piece came out and the paper tray shot out of it. So yeah, it would have been nice if I would have known that they were going to pitch it before that happened, but hey, whatever. But there's no physical damage to it that I can see, nothing broken. When they were getting ready to load it up and toss it into the dumpster, I was just like, hey, you going to throw that out? And they were like, yeah. So I was like, okay, cool, I'll take it. And they just told me, well, it was dropped from upstairs. So, yeah, so I just looked at it real quick to see if the glass had broken or anything else had actually physically broken, and surprisingly it hadn't. But I've got it plugged in. Let's power it on here. It takes a while. Do. And I didn't show this on the video, but the scanner head does come out and go back when it's powered up. So it seems to actually go through its self-check fine. But nothing comes up on the display. And none of the buttons do anything at all. I was expecting to turn this thing on and hear like grinding noises and from misaligned gears or whatever, but no. Surprisingly, it seems to be all right. There's a little bit of a squeak there from something, but let's wait for it to finish. I'm assuming it's going through its self-test. Okay, and it's done. So let's pop that off so we can get at the buttons, but nothing, it's totally dead. So yeah, shut it off here. So I'm thinking as I said, this top cover here flew off of it and was kind of hanging off the back by the wires. I'm thinking something came unplugged or the wires got broken or something, and I was thinking it was this ribbon cable, because this looks like it's kind of pulled out at an awkward angle, but I believe that ribbon cable is this ribbon cable here, and that just goes to the scanner head, which I'm not really concerned about. If this thing doesn't work as a copier, I could care less. Main thing I'm looking to hope to get it working for is the color laser printer. But here you can see how some of the it's actually, these wires are just wrapped in electrical tape. It's not even shrink wrapped, which is kind of cheap. But anyway, I did pull a little bit apart on this already. I removed, there's 2 screws here and 2 screws underneath, and the control panel is driven, I'm assuming it's driven serially, and just this little cable here. So if we trace that back, it's not obviously this one here, because this one has a brown wire in here, so it's not that one. It's got to be this one. This one here runs up to the feeder mechanism on top here, which again, don't really care if that works or not. So this seems to be the culprit cable, and we're gonna have to try and figure out where that goes. So close that up, pop the cover open, and get some light in here. I need a new switch in my mag light, but anyway, let's look back there, and the wire snakes down and somewhere into the case. Well, I've already removed a few more screws here, and this thing's going to be a pain in the ass to take apart, I'll tell you that much. I took the covers up, screws out of the front cover here, and that sort of comes loose, but not really. And so I'm not sure if that's snapped on there. Again, hard to do this sort of with one hand. And looking in there, yes, it does just snap on. Okay, there we go. That's off. And we've got wires connecting the, what is that, pick bridge